You are not ready for this. Welcome to Gym Rock Crew. Today we're listing 8 Instagram rock and metal musicians who are not only super talented but also really fit. If I've left out anyone you think should be on the list, let me know in the comments. So in no particular order, let's turn up the heat. Meissner. Raya is an incredibly talented German drummer and performer. She started playing drums at the age of 13 and is self-taught. Her biggest music influence is Slipknot, and Joey Jordison is her greatest idol ever. In fact, she credits his video playing Upside Down to her wanting to play drums for the first time. Raya totally kicks ass on rock and metal covers. Her style is very unique. I haven't come across anyone who plays with the same kind of energy and appeal as her. Drumming is an excellent full body workout. You can burn between 200 to 500 calories per session and get your heart pumping as high as 190 beats per minute. It also builds muscular strength, endurance, coordination and definition, particularly in your core and upper body. In fact, studies have shown that drummers must have elite athlete level endurance to perform at their best. No wonder Raya is in such amazing shape, considering that a hard rock or metal drummer gets even higher physical benefits than, say, a jazz drummer. And if you thought she couldn't get any cooler, Raya loves skateboarding, but I'm guessing she keeps herself in such good shape with all the skateboarding. In fact, sports scientists have confirmed that skateboarding is a complete workout by itself. Not only does it work your cardiovascular system, but also builds muscular strength in your hamstrings, glutes, quads, lower back and abs. It uses a lot of core strength to maintain balance. Now Raya does smoke, but it's a personal choice, so don't be a dick. Raya also enjoys kite surfing, and if you've ever kite surfed, you'd know that that shit is a very intense workout, depending on water and wind conditions. You're literally using every muscle in your body, especially your core, back and leg muscles. Kevin Creekman. If Aquaman and Thor had a love child, he would look like Kevin Creekman. Kevin is a tattoo model, rides a bike, has the body of a Greek god and is a rock and metal bass player. Also loves keeping his shirt off. I got no problem with that. Born in Switzerland, he played in an international metal band and is currently a bass player for Lone Wolf. He's also toured with Slipknot and Limp Bizkit. Kevin actually spent most of his early years immersed in video games like World of Warcraft. He didn't have any real friends, no girlfriends. He had stretch marks when he was just 10 and he was bullied a lot growing up. But his health took a turn when he was 18 and weighed over 335 pounds. He dropped essentially half his body weight, 176 pounds, in 1 year because he was determined to work really hard to get a second chance at life. He didn't do any sports to lose the weight and credits it 100% to extreme nutrition. But after losing the weight, he had a lot of loose skin that still made him feel uncomfortable in his skin. Because his insurance refused to cover the costs, Kevin saved up 15,000 euros to undergo surgery about 10 years after his fat loss. Despite the surgery, he still felt trapped in his body because of the scars from the surgery. This prompted him to go through a full body tattoo project. So he spent the majority of his life feeling self-conscious in his skin and finally felt free. Kevin then set out on a journey to build some muscle and improve his skin, which led to a lifelong love for lifting weights. He is also a personal trainer and he tracks and weighs his food to this day to keep his nutrition on point. Kobra Paige. Kobra is a Canadian vocalist and songwriter. Her band Kobra and Lotus have shared stages with Kiss, Judas Priest, Slash, Steel Panther and more. Kobra was a competitive figure skater from a very young age. She trained on dry land as well as on ice. She also grew up with a very active family who would hike, road bike and mountain bike in different countries during the holidays. Her mom was also a figure skater and her dad an outdoors adventure enthusiast. Kobra describes herself as being focused, silent, weird and frigid in her younger years. She's introverted and unconventional. Also, she's a huge fitness addict. She says, as an adult, staying in shape has been one of my top priorities. It hasn't just benefited my health, but also my vocal performance, stage performance, inner confidence, courage, as well as balanced my mood and mental health. Being active is nature's greatest happy pill and stress reliever. She doesn't drink, and a party to her is a meaningful friendship where you care about each other's lives. She enjoys dance when she's home because it makes her smile and she looks forward to it. But her go-tos are the gym, yoga and spin class. She eliminates environmental toxins and ingested toxins like moldy or congested living areas, inflammatory foods, non-organic sources and heavy metal sources. Well, except if it's music. She chooses pure foods and superfoods from the earth, high qualities of living plant, high water sources as close to non-GMO as possible. She makes sure she's properly hydrated, keeping caffeine to a minimum 1 ounce of water per pound of body weight, and makes sure that she's getting enough sleep. El-Guitarron. Hang on, that's not him. Let's try this again. El-Guitarron. El-Guitarron is an incredibly talented Portuguese rock and metal guitarist for the band Shut It Down, as well as a solo artist. His biggest music influences are Slash and Malmsteen. El-Guitarron picked up the guitar at the age of 13 when he heard You Could Be Mine by Guns N' Roses for the first time. His favorite artists also include Eddie Van Halen, Led Zeppelin and Steve Vai. El-Guitarron was actually pretty skinny in his teens. He was very interested in fitness and started to lift weights when he was around 20. He soon developed a love for weightlifting as his body dramatically transformed in just a month. His diet includes lots of protein. The 6'3" hunk doesn't smoke and loves sugar. Eat your carbs, kid. He does drink, but he holds his alcohol quite well. Even when he doesn't train for weeks, his body retains its natural athletic shape because he is constantly moving. He's always either walking, jumping, carrying a friend, biking, or climbing stairs, all of which keep him super lean. On stage, he's a very energetic and agile performer and is an absolute pleasure to watch. Sophie Burrell. Sophie is a rock and metal guitarist who also sings and plays drums. This British social media star loves music, the gym, aliens, and motorbikes. Sophie started playing guitar when she was just 9 years old. Hold up, what? At 9? All I have are embarrassing pictures that I would never make public. Sophie was a skater girl. When she was 11, she broke and dislocated her hip at a skate park, which she obviously recovered from. Avril Lavigne started off Sophie's obsession with music. Slash, Miles Kennedy, and David Gilmour are some of her favorite musicians. Sophie is very interested in fitness and weightlifting. In fact, she does a lot of it in her free time. She says, aside of guitar, this is all I really do. I've noticed a huge change in my physical and mental health since I started working out. I'm so glad I decided to do it, despite being extremely shy and nervous in the first place. If I can't have long legs, I will have strong legs. She lifts weights and trains with David Thrower Fitness. Leg day is her favorite, and she says her butt is the favorite part of her body. We can tell Sophie you're in great shape. Kevin Frasard. Kevin Frasard, death metal guitarist, growler, songwriter, and bodybuilder. He is fucking jacked. He was actually a short and skinny kid who ate a lot of fast food. In an interview with Simply Shredded, Kevin said that one day he just decided out of nowhere to turn his life around and started eating better. He did 500 push-ups and sit-ups every night in his bedroom and started running as well. One day a buddy wanted to work out with him, and that's when he discovered barbells and dumbbells. So he's been lifting weights since he was around 15 and has never stopped. Just having the discipline to train consistently can be hard, but Kevin trains and works on his guitar skills consistently, and that is just badass. He believes that you really have to bust your ass and work hard for what you want because it just makes it that much more satisfying. When it comes to diets, he doesn't believe that trying to do everything at once is the best approach. He says that he started off by eliminating one thing a month, and slowly over time he saw his body transforming. He started feeling better, and that motivated him to keep going. He suggests sticking to whole food sources, getting protein in like Greek yogurt and eggs. So he believes that meal prepping is the way to go, as it is way cheaper, healthier, and since you're preparing the food yourself, you know there won't be someone else's bald hair in it. I think he used the word undercarriage hair. He's not a fan of cardio like most of us in the bodybuilding community, but that's because lifting weights has skyrocketed his metabolism and he stays pretty lean year round. Although he does throw in some treadmill walks here and there. You've got to check out his YouTube channel where he posts gym-spiration music that he guarantees will help you hit new PRs. Daria Zaritskaya. Daria from Ukraine is not just a pretty face. First time I heard her sing, I was completely blown away. Her raspy, powerful voice was just made for rock and metal. Her bands Russian and Zaritskaya have covered some great bands like AC/DC, Whitesnake, Guns N' Roses, and even Led Zeppelin. Talking about her Skid Row cover, Daria says, Sebastian is one of my favorite voices. He influenced my singing style a lot, even if it's not that obvious, and singing one of his songs was on my personal achievements list. Daria is also quite the artist and tries to sketch when she can. But how does she keep herself in such good shape? She has dance experience, and as you can tell from the way she moves, she definitely dances a lot to maintain those skills. She also plays badminton and loves bike rides, especially in the autumn. Daria is a gym goer and says she's trying to build some muscle, but she doesn't really have a workout routine and just tries to do what works best for her body. She does enjoy chocolate and has offered to mix the tracks for chocolate. Check out her band on YouTube. My favorite are their covers of Metallica and AC/DC's Back in Black. Ryan Pires. Alright guys, I don't even know where to start with this one. Ryan is an American drummer who loves death metal, works with Harley Davidson motorcycles, skates, loves dogs, and is also a Magic Mike live dancer in Vegas. Growing up, Ryan was defiant, different, and had no interest in what idiot grown-ups were trying to teach him. He was pumped with medications like Prozac to try and fix him. This actually caused him a lot of grief and eventually led him to drug and alcohol abuse. He was taken from his parents' custody and placed in a juvenile justice system. When he got out, he faced two choices: to either keep going downhill or to live life on life's terms. He chose the latter, got help to get sober, and is now playing a positive role in helping other fellow addicts and alcoholics. He's an avid gym goer. He pushes some heavy ass shit, which include a lot of compound moves like deadlifts, pull-ups, and push-ups. How does he have a six-pack? Well, surprise, he doesn't ever specifically train abs to grow them. He does a variety of movements that require a strong core like calisthenics. He runs and does spin bike for cardio and also teaches yoga. When it comes to his diet, Ryan doesn't believe in following random blogs or magazines. He believes in eating for his goals and what his his body needs. He does eat close to a keto diet, lots of meat, bacon and beef mostly, and eggs. He also eats a small amount of fast digesting carbs and sugars around his shows and training for energy, but no big carbs at all after the work for the day is done. He does drink a lot of coffee and eats candy bars pre-show and practices some intermittent fasting in the morning. Although Ryan struggles with injuries and setbacks, he is very focused and self-motivated to better himself. His advice: go suck at something for a while till you don't anymore. He posts a lot of his frustrations when trying new skills. He also says that there are no shortcuts to getting to your goals. You have to put in as much work and effort into achieving whatever you wanted. Getting frustrated is not beneficial. What? You still want your ass kicked? Alright, then you need to watch this video right here on how Nita Strauss, badass ex-guitarist of Alice Cooper, ditched alcohol and lost 50 pounds to become the absolute fire she is today.